sacrifice to push your body to the max. There ain't nothing easy about it, but when you see that smile, oh, that smile. Well, you're the legs, you're the arms, you're the eyes, you're the engine that goes the distance.
Michael and I together are gonna swim 2.4 miles. We're gonna bike 112 miles, and then we're gonna finish it off by running 26 miles. And we do this to inspire others who are like us, who are family members with a family member with a special need that can't move that much themselves and need the help of someone else. And that's the main mission of Special Compass, is pairing up and matching regular people who can move themselves and to share their energy and horsepower with someone who has limited mobility. And Special Compass has impacted many, and it continues to grow, impacting others. So when we cross the finish line tomorrow, we hope that others will join in and share our passion and our mission, and pairing up with those with special needs that need an engine. There are those with special needs that can move themselves. Those athletes, you probably have seen them participating in Special Olympics. But then there are some that have very limited mobility, either spinal cord injuries or brain injuries, that limit their mobility significantly. And sharing the energy and movement of someone else that can do that is really priceless. That's Special Compass.
Inspire other people that become people that know you can do it on it. So yes, you can do anything you want. Do it all. It's all in your mind.
One of the other reasons why we chose Ironman is to give significance to our daily life and having to deal with the mental aspects of living a special needs life. People don't realize what happens behind the scenes when you see Michael, riding around in his wheelchair at our fitness facility. They don't know what it's like, to take him out of bed, to start his daily hygiene, to feed him, to deal with the day-to-day operations of caregivers and doctors and therapists and government administrative stuff. A lot of this stuff weighs on a special needs parent mentally. And by the end of the day, you're fatigued. The endurance that's required as a parent is great. And so is the endurance to participate in an Ironman is great. So I think there's some good synergy with participating in the Ironman and living the life in the special needs community. And we're hoping that specialcompass.org will have an impact on communities nationwide as we continue to spread the inclusion virus.
Can I start by asking you, how did you start out such an incredible charity?
Had two boys. My first boy was Adam. And then a year later, on Adam's birthday, Michael was born. And Michael was born 2 months early. But 6 weeks later, we found out just through an ear infection that Michael had severe brain damage. All I knew was that whatever his life would look like, he would be included in everything. In year 5, I took Michael for his first race. It was a duathlon race. Parents were coming up to me and asking, would you push my kid in a marathon or a 5K? And I said, if I do that, my son's going to be a spectator. Who's going to push my son? He's just going to watch, and that's not fair. So I started to solicit friends of mine who were athletes that would push the kids of those parents asking. Before you knew it, we were creating a community of like-minded people of inclusion. And then I said, we need to get formal with this, and we'll create Special Compass and build a community of team-oriented people that are like-minded.
Can you share with us what the most special moment during that, over the course of the last few years has been for you and for the foundation?
We created an event where we have over 30
disabled athletes participating in an existing triathlon. It's called Escape to Miami. When you look at the bay and see 30 rafts all being pulled by a swimmer, it just crushes your heart to know that these guys are being pulled, and just the exhilaration of being included in that kind of race. It's just exhilarating, one, to watch, exhilarating to participate, and it's just really a priceless event.
Most people wouldn't even dare running a marathon, let alone doing the swim, let alone doing the bike. Can you tell us and describe a little bit about the mindset of these athletes and what propels them over the finish line?
My son Michael likes to tell everybody, embrace life 1 mile at a time. So when you run a marathon, think about 1 mile at a time, because every time you accomplish one, you get a euphoric feeling of accomplishment. And then as you get closer to the finish line, you can start celebrating and start focusing on that finish line. And I promise you, it's going to be exhilarating, and it always is. And I tell people, listen, if it scares you to do this, you really must do it now. Try to pick things that are so challenging that it scares you a little bit, because the beauty of the fear is it causes you to take actions to learn how to overcome whatever that obstacle is, whatever that event is, so that unknown gets us uncomfortable. What better fear to embrace and then rise?
Given the fact that we branded this and we're theming our event as One Team Live, do you have any advice for our employees and our leaders about what it really takes to become a team and to operate at an optimum level, given your experience?
Coming from a background, I've always played team sports and individual sports, but the beauty of team sports is everybody is an individual component of the engine that is dependent on one another to function. And the most beautiful thing about working together is you get to see the byproducts of that working together, and have a mindset of service. When you have a mindset of service, you benefit 10 times more than being on the receiving end as receiving a gift. I mean, you have a positive energy that flows through your veins when you do something good. And people say that. They say, boy, it sure feels good to give. And I'm like, well, you can do it more often. You can give with your time. You can give with your intellect. You can give with your resources. To just give. Try to give like 3 times a day. If you did that 3 times a day, you would have some serious spiritual muscle and you would infect others around you positively.
Jim, it's been an absolute privilege getting to talk to you today. Thank you so much for spending time with us. And again, we wish you and your foundation all the best and every success in the future. Thanks so much.
Thank you.